Good afternoon, everyone. Boy, that sounds awful cheery. It's almost like I was stirring the pot, didn't it? Hey, everybody, how you doing out there? We're here with Paranormal Mysteries Podcast. We got the crew almost all together, all but Brian's joining us. We don't have any intro music yet. We're going to work on that. But Dave, how you doing over there?
We are surviving.
Surviving.
Northwest Ohio.
Sorry.
Yep.
What about you, Jason? You still up there in Northwest Ohio surviving?
Man, we're doing good.
Are you?
We're doing good. It's, sorry, I'm trying to do a bunch of things at once.
Oh, no.
No,
Multitasking?
trying. No, we're doing good. It's, not being able to see everybody, not being able to have much communication with anybody sucks, but other than that, we're doing good.
Feels like I'm a little kid and I've been grounded.
Right.
Well, the one that's really been grounded in the group is our crazy Canadian from north of the border there. She's really
Talk
grounded.
about being grounded.
Yeah, you can't leave the house and you can't leave the country.
I can't. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but that's okay. I'm in the house for one more week, and then after this, I'm out of quarantine, and then I'm hoping they open the borders. Hoping they open the borders sooner than later, so I can come see you guys. But even then, I mean, until they lift the quarantine stuff, right? I can't cross the border because then when I come back, I've got to quarantine for 2 weeks. So it's not looking good for the Canadian.
No kidding. What are we going to do with that? Yeah.
We're not.
How are you guys doing?
We're okay.
We're all doing great.
We're okay. Dave's working his tiny off.
I am not. I still got plenty of ass back here. I'd tell you what, if that was the case, I would lose weight by working. I'd work a lot more, but I'll stick with Weight Watchers.
Right?
I might do better. And that's not doing real well right now either because Chris is buying all kinds of stuff. I know it's a choice, like that breakfast baconator I ate this morning.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
I knew you was going to get one.
Oh,
I
those
did
are
too.
killer. Those are killer. Absolutely
And
killer.
he didn't get one. He got two.
I get one for tomorrow.
Oh, I was going to say, that's nice. He bought one for you too?
Oh, hell no.
No, Hunter will tear that up before I ever get to that. Our son will tear that. I'll never see that son of a bug again. So, with that, though, how's everybody ready for episode 3? Everybody ready for that?
Yes.
Dave's working his ass off on it. Poor Dave.
We got a very strong week of editing. I think this is going to be, and this is all I'm going to say about it, it's going to be a 2-part episode.
Oh.
That much stuff?
That much stuff, yes.
It was
Brian and I have done a review, and there's enough footage there between at least the 2 primary locations that we filmed at. There's enough to put a 2-part episode together.
Now, I know I sent you the stuff that I found with what you posted and stuff, and I don't know if did any of that match with what you guys had found too?
Oh yeah. Yep. And still any little bit as send away, and we will be able to incorporate that in some way into the episode. So strong week of editing.
Right.
Well, I know the basement stuff didn't come through for me to be able to look at, so I haven't got to look at any of the basement footage to see what might be there. That was all the other location. So, but it was still quite intense. And I'll just put it this way, so I won't give away a whole lot. The one episode, or the one portion of the episode, and of everybody in the cell, where the women were all in the cell, I like that. I like that a lot.
That was very, very good footage. The personal experiences in that room alone were enough to make people say wow too. So
yeah, I thought it was rather.
It being really good was depending on which end of the that you were on, right, Tina?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I wanted to kick somebody's ass, so it wasn't real great for me, but
Right?
as long as it makes for good TV.
Right? Yeah. I think it's people that haven't been with us, had the experiences, and that we see stuff happen to, and it's just like the haunted hydro, and now watching others have a first time experience, that was that's quite a capture we have.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was quite intense, and I do know. I think we need a little spoof reel of that one part too, where we were all at the upstairs and just when we were chilling out, relaxing, and Jason and I come in the room. That little section can be absolutely hysterical. Little spoofs that I think we need to put out too.
Yeah.
My opinion. You know what I'm talking about, Dave?
Say that again. You broke up.
Oh, we lost your audio. We can't hear you. There you are. You're lagging a little bit.
Okay.
But I was talking about when we were in the upstairs of the second building, when we were taking a little bit of a break towards the end there, when me and Jason come in the room,
We were getting slap happy.
we are all getting a slap happy and laughing and joking around.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be very, very quiet. Yeah, I think that'd make a nice little thing to drop out and have a little fun. Oh, here we go. There's the other handsome.
Yay!
How's Brian?
Not too bad.
Hell, gang's all here.
Oh, he's down. He's down. Man down.
He's up. He's down. We lost Dave.
He'll be back on.
He muted us for a little bit. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we were just talking about the episode 3 and how things are going. I was telling Dave that I haven't a chance to see any of the basement stuff, but he said that the stuff I said you guys kind of had picked up on that also.
Yeah, we've got a lot more at this episode because we did so many different buildings. The two majority are the jail, which has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, it does.
I went back over it 3 times, and there's stuff that we didn't catch the first time on the Echo Box and different things that were happening, personal experiences. Lot of things going on in there in the basement.
Well, it's the basement. I didn't even get to see it all. That's what Dave uploaded. I know it took a lot of time to upload all that, but I didn't get to see any of that yet. But what I seen with the jail was absolutely amazing. And I like I said, some of the things I captured and sent you guys. Dave said that you guys already heard also most of them. So I haven't went back through it a second time yet. I've been a little bit busy. We're working a lot here lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've got stuff.
Go ahead.
I've got stuff from. I haven't looked through the footage that Brian sent over. I looked through the stuff that I had Dave. I'm hoping that you guys have that footage as well, because some of it corresponds with stuff that I can't see off the camera that other people like. I don't want to give it away, but there was a moment that Jay and Jason had heard something in the basement, and I've got stuff from my camera that kind of corresponds with what they were feeling and what they were seeing. So I've got to find a way to get that over to you. I was going to bring it over on a stick, and well, clearly can't do that right now. So
Yeah.
I got to figure.
Hey, Tina, send it over on the boat.
Send it on the boat, on the raft.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it maybe like works in a postal department. Might be able to put it on a stick still and mail it.
And mail it? You think so?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey,
All
Dave.
right.
Yep.
I will do that then. I'm pretty sure I know somebody that can mail it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
might
so.
know somebody that can do a little bit of mailing.
All right.
I'm telling you what I liked about the episode is how we had our significant others there and doing
Yeah.
that as well. And that's something that nobody's doing. And, we all had a good time doing it. I think that brings a lot of different things to the episode as well. So,
I will throw down the bullshit card. I can't go anywhere without my significant other.
right.
I was gonna say, and mine's kind of a seasoned investigator too. But having the 3 of your ladies
Yeah, that was great.
come out with us and investigate for the first time was just awesome. Just to see them experience everything.
And I agree with Jason. It's not nobody else is doing that. Nobody else is bringing that side to it, and that was absolutely phenomenal. Heather and Candy got some. The way they clicked in was and it was awesome. And then you get Tanya with the equipment with Brian and stuff. That I mean, it just all three of them had some cool experiences and stuff, and it was just absolutely a great time, great night.
Yeah, we definitely went away with some different things happening to all of us, including our wives for the first time out there with us.
Yeah, Tanya though with that SLS, that was funny. And then up in the and I can't wait for that cell up there because poor Heather. God bless
Poor
her.
Heather.
Yeah. Do you trust me? Yeah. Everybody was like, why would you say that to Jay? Never say yes.
You have no idea what you've just done.
Abort the mission. No.
That was
Right.
that was mean of you and Dave, Brian, for you guys not to warn her how I could be investigating.
She's been around you enough. She should have known better.
But what happens and what is created out of that is some of the most essential evidence that we have for that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like we've always said, when we go to different places, I expect the whole episode to have nothing but nonstop, information, EVPs, REM pods. Sometimes we only get one thing, but like you said, Jason, we're experiencing something from the other side. Even if we get one thing, it's a good investigation. We don't have everything. And we've got a lot more than just one.
That's the thing that cracks me up when people are like, oh, we only got one EVP and this only did this one time. And I don't know if you can say 100%, but you've made contact with another dimension. You've made contact with another world, basically. And if that doesn't just blow your pants, I mean, how many EVPs do you need? How many answers to a question do you need from something that's not the 6 or whatever of the people that are there? That blows my mind when people are like, we only got one thing. Really? Only one? You only got to contact another dimension one time? No, that sucks.
Hey, Mama D.
I like how you put that. Oh, that sucks.
Right?
No, Jason would have to know the sarcasm in there, would he?
Shit, we should just all go home now. Like,
well, it's always like the groups too. When you get someplace, and you're like, "Well, how you doing tonight?" When we're doing a live, doing a group thing, we're doing an event. I'm like, "Well, I'm doing great." You got activity? No, not really. She had her hair pulled, and he had his shoulder touched, and she heard a disembodied voice. But it's really been a slow night. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
You had all those three major things. You want to dismiss it as being a slow night? Hello? Days in, days out. He's such a sexual jump.
I know with all of us being busy in life and work, it's been slow going on some of the episodes as far as editing, and I've luckily had downtime, so I've done a majority of the preview and notes and documenting and catching EVPs, and so I've been sharing that with Dave, so hopefully we can get things moving here.
Well, I know I reviewed it and stuff. Teresa, I think she's reviewed some of it. But apparently, I need to go back through again. Apparently, I may have missed some things. Yeah. So we got to review everything again, and I'll have to go back on that feedback to that thread and find that link again, so I can go back and check them all out one more time. Because apparently, I may have not heard a few things I should have listened to.
Sometimes you got to listen really hard because there's a lot of background noise, or we're asking questions, and it happens right in between us or right when we start to pick up or somebody asks a question. Inside the jail, you were stirring a lot up, and there's a lot of activity. Yeah, not you. A lot of things go back and forth that I think there was so much chatter on the Echo Box, it's easy to miss.
Yeah, there was a lot on that. And that's one thing too, on the teaser that we put out. My description on the Echo Box is wrong. There are no syllables or anything like that to that. I had talked to somebody that does coding for a living, and there's absolutely nothing programmed into that. No syllables, no words, no nothing. There's absolutely no reason for anything to be coming across it verbally.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've met somebody that does coding and makes apps and stuff like that, and they tore that one down and took it apart, and there's absolutely nothing in there, no reason whatsoever for any kind of things to come through. It was made for musicians to work on their getting echo and reverb and things like that when they're tuning their instruments or playing music and things and doing a recording. So there's nothing in that has anything like that. So there's no reason for it to be there. So why it's coming through is why they started using it as a paranormal tool. But they tore it apart and took it completely apart. And there's nothing in there in the coding for it to have be doing response. That changed my whole perspective on how I'm looking
So
at
that
that
makes
piece
it
of
an even
equipment.
better tool.
Yeah.
That's interesting for sure.
So what I said in that video, that little teaser, I was wrong, everybody. I had bad information and I passed on bad information, but I'm correcting that now. What? I don't want to put out bad information. I won't be another one of those guys. Oh, he's just talking shit. He don't really know what he's talking about.
Oh, you know what you're talking about.
If I don't, I figure it out real quickly.
You know what though? Like, I think I have to say, Jay, that's the one good thing about our group is we're always, if we make a mistake, we don't care. We'll tell people.
We
Or
own
if we have different opinions on stuff, we respect each other's differing opinions.
Which is part of
Jay,
Which we have in episode 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Yes.
day?
Jay, in that teaser, your microphone,
Your
one of two
Zoom.
things happened. That got yanked out of your pocket, or it was loosely in your pocket and fell. What do you think happened?
Well-
I've never heard your response to that.
If put it this way, task cams aren't cheap, and I'm a cheap ass. And if I stuck that thing in my pocket loosely, I would kick my own ass. It's too expensive to just drop around on the concrete floor like that. They're not cheap pieces, as you all know, Dave. They're like Zooms. They're not
Yep.
cheap.
But Jason, didn't I remember at the time when we were there? Didn't we review it and you could actually see the cords being jerked?
I was
Yeah,
just going to say that.
From his headphones, you could see it get yanked.
Cords being yanked.
Yeah, when my headphones fell off.
Yeah.
But see, I attribute my headphones falling off as when I've been over to pick up my task cam, my big fat bald head. They had nothing. The earmuffs had nothing to hold on to. They just slid off.
But that wouldn't give to them being yanked on.
I'm just saying. That's what I attribute it to. Doesn't make it right.
With you bending over, though, that should have created slack with the cord to your headset. It looks like it gets yanked, and Jason
Yanked.
calls it out why he's filming when it happens. It's marked on the camera to look at it.
Yeah, that's the good thing about how, and that's got to be an editing nightmare for you two with the two different cameras going. I mean, it's got to be a good thing. It's great for the episode. It looks great. It sounds great. But to have that go on to try to edit and sync it and all that stuff and flip back and forth, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm
Dave's
glad-
magic.
I'm glad you guys are doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what we do this week. So we get everything lined up and synced up.
Now, when we go to drop the episode, I was talking to Jason about that. The last time I didn't know you could do it, but when you put that out there premiere on YouTube, that actually when it goes live, we can actually be there in a chat room and chat with people watching it live, answering their questions and stuff in their comments as they're watching.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Then, if I'm not mistaken, we can actually do this after the episode airs,
yes,
so that we can actually go live with everybody that's watched it after the episode and
Yep.
answer questions and talk about it again. So,
Oh, that's cool.
that's absolutely. Yeah. So I definitely want to set a premiere date like on a Friday or a Saturday and whatever time, and then we got a week or so to put it out there and stuff, and then be live, active in the chat room. I promise I won't sign in an LEP's page, Jason, so I look like I'm the one running the show. I'll sign in
Do
on my
it.
regular page.
do it. I dare you. Somebody's got to run it.
I'll let you or Dave do it. You guys are more professional. I'll be like, that's bullshit. No, that was Jay.
That is not LAP's.
So, but I would like to do it that. I mean, I didn't know until that day when it went live, and I came in like maybe 15 minutes and 10 or 15 minutes into the episode because I couldn't get to the computer quick enough. And then I saw there's a chat room on the side, and some of the people that were watching at that time were actually communicating in that chat room. I'm like, oh crap, you can do that? That is awesome. So I definitely would like to do another premiere launch and all that stuff so we can be, as many of us that can be there, be active with it and watching it.
Yeah, that's that'd be fun.
So, my opinion.
Well, and like you said, if we could be there to even answer questions after the episode, that's even better because, I mean, there's so much that doesn't get captured.
Well, and that's one thing I like. There was another group that I worked with before, and I liked their idea that they actually had a piece of evidence that they had captured, but they didn't tell anybody in every episode, and they left it, and they'd leave it go for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then they would go back and do a review of it, a recap of the show, and see how many people actually said something in the comments about what they had saw, and they had captured, and see if people had caught the same thing that they had captured. They actually had a piece of their
Cool.
they thought was evidence, but didn't say anything. They just let it go.
You kind of have to let people know.
We would see if you.
That
You
way
know,
they don't think you're just catching something.
no, but I'm saying, there's something here that might be something here that we all think we heard. We don't want to say what it is because then you're tainting their mind and what they're doing. So there's somewhere in this episode we have a piece of evidence that we think is evidence, but we're not sure about it. Tell us what you think. That way, people actually pay closer attention to the episode and see if they find what we thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Mama D's asking any idea when it will go live, the premiere for the full episode.
It'll be at least 2 weeks from now, right, Dave? You got at least a hard week of review of editing and all that stuff. Then we want to be able to promote it for about a week.
There is. I'm doing the math in my head. We have 2 cameras and a good 8+ hours of footage per camera. So that's 16 hours. And every hour requires a minimum of 4 hours of review. So 16 times 4 is 64. So there's 64 hours of editing time for a 1 hour episode.
Like how?
So
then you're saying tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. So, there's not enough hours in the day. I edit part-time. I do have a full-time job. Everybody knows that. We all do.
What?
We have family. I will say in April. That's the only thing I can say is April.
Well, no, I definitely want to go back through what I've already watched that you had in that link. I want to go back and review that. But there's no way we already used up all the space we can right there. We got to do something where we can get the basement stuff because I have not reviewed any of that yet. Because, like I said, it wasn't able to load because we had so much stuff to load up already. But has everybody watched already what's up there on that link that you put up? If everybody has, can we take that down and then put up the rest of it?
I think so. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I said take it down because I'm ready to review the next part. But I also should go back through that one more time because according to Brian, I may have missed some things.
Well, we dumped so much footage. There was B-roll, there was individual things, and then 2 cameras going. So you have to watch everything in sequence of 1 camera. Like I went through all Dave's, and then I went through Jason's, and then I had to figure out where those 2 timed at, and then try to take notes. And I documented everything that I could see, and then I went back over again, and then I shared a question with Dave, like, is this what I'm seeing too? And so there's a lot of extra footage that you guys haven't seen that was, I guess, where we cut, where we put in, how we build the story, where, other than just looking for evidence.
That's when I reviewed those things that was up on that link. I would watch Jason's camera, all Jason's cameras first. Then I watched all Dave's camera. And then I just wrote down this happened on this camera and see camera 2, section 3 at blah, blah, blah time and send it to you guys.
What's awesome is a lot of the stuff we're catching is on both cameras at the same time, just, when we go through the footage. Just like when we were at the hydro, we had 2 cameras on. We caught the anomalies at 2 different angles. So it gives us a little bit of better opportunity to show what the other camera is doing, so it doesn't look like we're faking a bunch of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And it adds an element of validity too to what it is that's on camera.
No, getting 2 different angles and perspectives is always wonderful to have.
Yeah.
And mind you, this episode 3 is actually going to be broken up into basically 2 separate episodes. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to put out there.
That'll probably be the same thing will happen with our Ashmore one because we had like the whole helmet cam thing's a whole different thing in its own right. That's I don't know if we'll put that as an episode. We're not sure that we're going to do that one yet. I know I do want to review all that though because that was rather intriguing. Big word for Jay.
He even used it in a sentence.
I didn't use it correctly.
Well, I'll download all the rest of the stuff tonight to my tablet. My laptop kind of pooched out on me. So I'll download everything to the tablet so that I can review it. If you give me 1 day just to do that, then we can upload the other stuff to review.
Take all those down.
Is that okay?
In the basement. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Teresa's going to review it too, I'll go back and re-download all of them also. So that way we can have them on our computer. Then we can review them, send what we capture a second time, and then delete them out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run through it again tomorrow. I'm off, and then we can take it down and get to doing other things. Luke also, he wanted to mention GoPros, good quality 4K, and easy to use. And they use 2 of them right now. Luke, we do have GoPros. The thing is, we've got 2 other cameras running and other things happening, but we have talked about other people wearing GoPros. But that just adds more.
Converted to infrared for night vision.
Yeah, they suck for night vision. They do have them though now, don't they? Night vision capable of GoPros. Is that?
We have one.
We do have one.
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah, mine's not night vision capable. And Luke also said having run through headphones on the main camera really helps do immediate evidence review detection. We run live EVPs on our cameras and also on all of our recorders at all times. So we always have headphones on, even on the recorders plus the cameras, and anything that's recording, we have a headset on. That's just something we do on everything. And I think that's part of our problem that we got 2. And it's a great problem. We have 2 different cameras we've got to review. We have all the recording headsets that we got to review and sync it all in. It's really a lot more in depth than a lot of other people are doing. Most people are only doing like 1 camera angle.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
Like 1 camera, they got 1 recorder, and that's about it. We're really pushing the limits on things.
Well, it's just it's to film it this way and to put it out there this way, you need to have more than 1 camera going, in my opinion, because there's so many things, like Brian was saying earlier, and Dave just said, it adds validity when you have 2 cameras or you have multiple recording devices that are catching the same thing. You can put all that together instead of just 1 recorder or 1 camera. You're only going to get one side of it. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the basement, for example, Tina had hers going. We had both of our 4K Sonys going, and then we had recorders going. Mm-hmm. And what we caught down there is amazing, and that's part of what I think is something, what Tina thinks is something, what Tanya saw, what Jay saw, it all puts it into perspective and lets the viewers look at it and say, well, what exactly is it? And that to me,
we started doing this in filming. We kind of talked about how we wanted to do it, but we don't have like a high budget, editing crew that's doing all this stuff, or somebody that's putting us in a direction of how they want it filmed and where to do it. So we're trying to come up with our own idea of how do we create our episodes, and how do we look at an investigation from a different standpoint that's not standard on TV now that everybody's doing a paranormal programming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and to speak with that, it took us 3 years to put this team together. This team is a mixture of a lot of different things, from religious backgrounds to investigative backgrounds to personal things. That's what makes this team what it is. And it took us 3 years to put it together. It's not just something that a group of people got together and did it. We needed the right people to put this puzzle together, and I think we've done it, and the episodes will speak for themselves.
Oh, I agree. And
Mm-hmm.
but with what Brian said here, I'm going to expand on that. But that's what, and even with what Jason said, it's having that diversity is why we are where we're at and why we're doing it this way. We don't want somebody telling us how to film it and somebody else telling us how to edit everything, because this is our story. If we wanted that, we would have went with one of the networks and we'd have pushed that envelope and taken some of those directions that we were offered in that stance, but we didn't want that. We wanted to do it our way. We wanted to have our own say and tell our story. That way, if no matter what anybody else thinks of it, we're going to stand on it, because we all know what we experience when we support one another 1,000%. So we know what we have and what we. It's not going to be one of those cases. Well, that's not how I said that. They turned that around. They took that out of context. No, this is what we're doing. Damn, that was loud.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I guess I ran out of time and I just got beat. So,
Damn beans.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's that whole perspective there is what I absolutely love about it, is that there is no somebody else taking our story or our vision of this and turning it into something else, and it's not theirs, it's ours. It's all six of us. It's ours. We're doing our story our way and tell it how we want to tell it. And it takes a while sometimes to figure out the storyline behind it and how we want to approach things. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It may be slow going, but it's us. It's us on film. It's us out there. We're doing our thing our way, and I wouldn't trade that for nothing.
We don't have a third party sitting there saying what you need to do, how you need to do it. So,
or you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't post this, you can't post that. You can't.
I would have been busted in the first episode.
You're out.
Got it.
Replace that lady.
That was raw in context right there.
Yeah, it was.
That's what we wanted. That's what
you just said what everybody else was thinking.
That was fear. That's what that was. That's
Right.
Still one of my favorite moments. One of my favorite moments to date.
And Tina was so calm about the whole thing. She was just like unfazed. And I'm flying.
And I'm never calm.
complete role reversal.
Yes.
Right.
Yep, absolutely 100%, because I'm usually the one freaking out.
Well, like you said, Jay, it takes a while, unfortunately, because of everybody's day life, family, going through all this stuff, trying to line up the audio, the video, making sure all the splices cut in, then adding it. Then you have to re-render it, which takes hours to compress by the time we're done and doing all that. And we could probably move stuff faster, but I think it would be maybe not as good or crappier, or we'd miss things. We just threw stuff out there to get it out.
But see, that's another part I was trying to say, is that's our integrity. We want to put out what we want it, how we want it. If it takes us a little longer, then by God, we'll take a little bit longer, because we have this image in our head of the standard that we want it to, and we're not going to settle for anything less. That's why we have here we go, a little cheap pop. That's why we have LEP Productions that we're doing and putting it out that way, so we can do the things that we're wanting to do and get camera angles that we want, and the equipment that we want, and the equipment that we want to use. We're not settling for just throwing anything out there that we can just willy-nilly put together.
Yeah.
You know, if I got a 1080p camera here that we don't even use it because it's 1080. We're shooting everything else. We got 4K. We want to shoot in 4K. Okay, that's what we're going to do.
And we always try to come up with a new idea or a new way to what should we use at this location, or let's try this and then switch to something else. So we're not running around with the same equipment doing the same thing every episode.
Right.
Yep. And believe it or not, I'm actually been experimenting with some old school things. I've been kicking back some things that I used to do. I've been kind of complacent and quiet for the last couple of years. I used to push things a lot harder than what I have been lately. Believe it or not, I've been mild, Tina. I've been very quiet and complacent for things here lately for the last
That's
couple of years.
frightening.
And it's time to kick
It
that level
really
back up.
is.
It's time to get back to. I talked with a group I used to do some work with and things, and if you get back into the test about frequency, vibration, and all that he said you can learn the universe. Well, they used to use a thing called shepherd's tone. Have you ever heard of that? It's also known as the devil's tone. The Catholic Church at one point banned it. It sounds like it's got ascending and descending tones at the same time, but it's not. It's about 3 or 4 different things and at the same time going, and one will start and it's ascending, then another will start when it's part way up, and another one, and there's about 3. And once this one gets to the top,
Oh, wow.
it's the bottom. So what they had found is that when they were in places like hospitals and things like that, would actually, and especially asylums and prisons, it would increase the activity. Other places it actually goes completely quiet.
Well,
We was with them one time at Old South
OSPH.
Pittsburgh Hospital, and for lack of a better term, when they used that tone and let it play for a little while, it went dead in there. We were having activity, and it had nothing the rest of the night.
We got
It was
nothing.
nothing.
Really?
Not a peep, not a sound, not a knock. So
And Jenny Stewart was on our show one night and said that they used it down at OSPH one time.
and it went through the roof.
And she said that they got across the spirit box, please stop or make them stop or something like that. Almost like it was her.
Wow.
Isn't
Look
it
at-
also musicians don't use it in
Yeah.
their music and
Descending
stuff
scale.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a few songs out there that do have it, because they refer to it as the devil's scale and things like that. It's extremely just chastised by musicians and the church and everything else. And even this, I've suspended a pendulum inside of a jar. So that way,
See,
I want to see if people can just put their finger on it, and that way that would take away the idiometer effect. You're not actually holding it; you're just touching it. See if it really is your energy, or nobody touches it at all. See, they just can't focus their energy towards it and get it to move. Also, just some old school things. I want to start actually challenging things again.
Challenge accepted.
It's time to turn
see,
up.
We've talked
got,
about Ouija boards too. Go
Yep.
ahead, team.
we've got a feather in a jar. And we've talked about bringing helium balloons and lining them up and seeing if we can get,
Don't bring helium balloons around Jay and I. That would not be good.
what? Why are you guys afraid of balloons?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, we suck the helium out of it and start talking like this.
So me and Jay Sitter sound like Donald Duck.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
When we were with Doogie,
Good to know.
from the Ray Chasers, we used some balloons to see if we could have activity move at the dojo.
Yeah.
That went well. But it's simple things, like not everything's, high dollar equipment. Like you said, Jay, getting back to some of the old things.
Getting back to the basics, I tend to think that sometimes
Mhm.
that we overthink things, and not just in the paranormal field. We do it as human beings naturally, that we tend to want to make things more complicated than what they really are. Life is extremely simple. Why would you have to life be any more difficult? We're trying to use quantum physics to explain something we can't even perform the basics of. We can't even prove that there is a ghost. Nobody's even set that standard yet. It's all just in beliefs and speculations. So why are we applying these high-level theories and all this stuff to something we have not even the basis of proof to at the smallest level?
Mhm.
Just my opinion.
I mean, I like the combination that we can use a lot of simplistic, easy old ways as well as technology. And like we've tried different equipment to see, is one better than the other? And, certain people use it all the time. It's their go-to at that do different paranormal events. So I think you kind of get stuck in, you like what you like, or you're maybe working in conjunction with somebody who's building custom things exclusively for you. So yeah, you're going to try out their technology.
Luke mentioned in the chat room doing dry ice and purple light.
I have heard of that.
Fog machine.
Well, we've had people use a fog machine with laser grids and stuff.
Yeah.
So we have done that. And believe it or not, there's some very controversial ones that can be bad for you, like using a UV light, which can be bad for your eyes. You can't look into it, blah blah blah. But with also using some certain types of stones and crystals.
Mhm.
And
Jason Wilkerson just sent me something in the messenger, basically saying the same thing with the fog machine and the green light.
Now, wouldn't that be awful to review, though?
Do what?
I would think so. Well, I don't know. Maybe you
Like when you're doing review.
Why would it be offered a review?
I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. I find when I'm doing a normal grid, it's really hard to see. Like, we've had a lot of controversy when we've done stuff where Jack can see stuff going through the grid and I don't see anything. And I'm thinking with a fog machine, it would make it even more difficult to see something going through that grid. No, I don't know.
Sometimes not. I mean, but I've also done experiments back when we were still living at Post Town. I did experiments with strobe lights.
Yeah.
At different frequencies and stuff. Yeah, because how much easier is it to see shadow movement when the strobe lights are going on? How the movements all look slowed. And I tried it with the variable speeds. Both of them went fast and then slow, and one fast and one slow.
In the one hallway, we put everybody in the doorway of a room, like actually literally sitting in the doorway, and we did the strip light. And then when you saw something, felt something, you just said it. And we got a lot of stuff that night.
I was going to say, was it effective? Was it effective work for you or no?
That night it did, but we also used some experiments with the Shepherd's Stone that night also. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many things like that that's been done that's not been talked about in a long time. Everybody's getting so techie. But like what Brian said, I want to do some of these old school things, but I want to marry it with the tech also. There's nothing better than to have your millimeter there and have the feather in a jar, and all of a sudden the feather move and the millimeter go off also.
Yeah.
Why can't you work them both together? Just no different than using old school tech with high tech and also with the psychic mediumship. Now, Teresa, and you're talking, you got your hands pushing your energy towards that feather, and all of a sudden that feather starts moving, or the pendulum starts moving inside that jar, and the millimeters on top of there, and it starts spiking out and stuff. What's that? What's going on? Is it your guys' energy actually creating it, or is it something manipulating your energy to cause this movements and the reading?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's so many different things there that people aren't doing anymore that a lot of people never did anyway, because most people don't think this psychotic.
True.
But I think it's like anything else that we're doing, though. We always, right now, we work the psychic mediumship with the equipment. Why can't we put in some of the retro style things that used to be done, or new ideas, period? Even no matter how simplistic they are, if you marry the three of them together, isn't that validation for validation for validation?
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to, or I'm going to.
Yep.
If you don't want to participate, I'm going to use you anyway.
I was going to say, unfortunately, I told you a long time ago, I'm just along for the ride. So
What do I say about everybody on this team? You're just another tool of my arsenal. I'm going to use you any way I can. As long as you're agreeing to it,
yep.
I'm using it.
Participation trophy is not given out.
Now, Brian, you're not allowed to do like me and Jason do with saying that you open up and say, you can even possess me if you want to. Don't do that.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
I think that stays with me and Jason doing that dumb shit.
I think so.
I suppose if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to whoever, unless you're really blocking something that you can control.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I can see opening up.
Yeah, you got to give them the key.
Yeah, we invite him in. We're like, come on in, I dare you.
Yeah. Come on in for tea and cookies.
Which I
So when
think,
that happens to you, and I wind up using 16, kung fu moves on you, don't be.
Right?
Just remember one thing. Teresa has Aflac for that. I get my ass
That's
kicked,
right.
go to the hospital, she gets paid.
I will
It's
split.
win-win then.
No, don't say that. They'll beat me up just for the money.
I will split it.
Oh, great. I got 2 cops going to kick my ass now.
Right?
You're going to pay for that next event. Oh, here's how we're going to pay for it. We're going to beat Jay's ass.
One more
We're going to
time.
get new equipment.
Yep. Equipment fund's getting low. Kick Jay's ass.
We'll start
Oh,
showing
60.
stuff in our preview.
That's right. 60-40 sounds good.
Yeah, but I get a 100 ask of, hey, beautiful, how are you?
She, the girls colored their hair today.
Oh, very
I
nice.
colored mine pink.
Katie
I'd
went
color mine
pink.
too if I had any.
Yeah,
I like it, Katie.
very
Katie
cute.
went pink and Mia went blonde.
Mia has bangs.
Yeah, Mia went bangs.
Nice.
I thought you drank bangs.
I do.
I like it, Mia.
Katie, it looks nice. Look great.
Mhm.
Oops, that was me dropping
Love
my
you
phone
guys.
on the
Love
table
you guys.
again. That wasn't me earlier with that. That was Jason.
That was me. Sorry.
That was
Beans.
Dave.
So but yeah, I think we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We this will be episode 3. We got what? Probably at least 1, if not 2 episodes out of Ashmore. We got 2 episodes here. We're busy. And the bad part about it is we had a full schedule until all this hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
We still got a couple events though in the books.
Sorry,
We
I
do
got mine.
something.
I got mine wiggling the car keys at me here. Jason.
I was gonna say it's usually never a good sign when the medium is looking and then all of a sudden goes. I'm like, oh shit, what's gonna
Because
happen?
I'm waiting. He's trying to mouth words to me, and he's wiggling the car keys at me, and I'm going like, trying to give him the mom look, like just go, just take the car and go. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
And Luke says, I love how fellow cops, ex-cops look at paranormal evidence like law. You can hear it, see it, it's evidence. Lie detector tests are junk, science, and inadmissible. Same with ghost tech. Well,
Some
any
of it,
tech with
yeah.
ghost tech. I mean, there's no proven ghost tech out there that's proven to work because there's no proven such thing as a ghost. So you're registering evidence of an anomaly. What it is, you cannot prove. You have a spike in EMFs, you know that you have a spike in EMFs. That doesn't prove it's anything.
That's why my favorite piece of equipment is yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always has been.
Well, and all the episodes
Absolutely.
so far, and even some of the personal events we've done, that's where we've always had something happen to all of us, or some more than others, ghost bait. And you might not capture it on any mechanical device that we have, but experiences happen to people all across the world. And like you said, we could probably sit down with 20 people, start talking about it or an event, and then they'll chime in and say, you know, at one time this happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, if it starts out this one time at band camp, I'm out.
I'm gonna at least stick around to hear the ending of the story.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to hear the story.
I'm out because I might have been part of the story.
Chances are you probably were.
Right.
If it was asinine and stupid, I did it. But it's just with the equipment, it's such a hit and miss. But with any of this is your personal experiences are only as good as you and your credibility. I know they brought back that one show that's got Ozzy's son in it. I can't believe they brought it back. It was proven evident, clear that he kicked that wall. For as far as I'm concerned, he was caught red-handed on camera, and then still put it out there to the public to see that in this field, there's no credibility with him with me anymore. It's nothing. He could be a great guy, maybe one of the nicest people on earth, but he has no credibility in this field with me anymore because of that. So even with your own personal experiences, you're only as credible because there's no proof of any of this as your word is and how much people want to believe you. And that's the sad thing about this. Why I was seeing people get attacked with, well, your shadow is bullshit, but mine's real.
All right. Well, he's not the
Yeah.
only one that's been caught
Oh,
doing dumb stuff and is now on the TV again doing things. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's popularity. It's popularity. It's what the networks are going to put out there, and it is what it is. We don't do it. We won't do it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and there's always going to be debate on whether we put out an episode and we have machines going off or personal experiences or mediumship saying this is what I'm feeling. Everybody has the opportunity to question and say, was that real or did it? I mean, we go in the same way, but it's nice when you do capture something and you can show it and it gives some validity to it that really happened. I heard that. And unless we had some type of device and we're not that high tech, making up stuff, you can have to take it for what it's worth.
Mhm.
There's so many ideas with going on that if I could build things, I'd be working on some more experiments, but I'm not that good with electronic devices. I took it for a while. I flunked out because I drank my way out of school. But if I could just build the stuff, it would be so many different things I would like to try.
Oh my God.
There's even an experiment I'm going to do with the Ouija board. If I could build it, it would be something different. But I don't have that ability. And I've talked with some people, and they always say, yeah, but they're all busy themselves right now. Some of them, one of them's on TV now, so he's got his own thing going, building his own equipment and stuff. Now I respect the hell out of that. So, but if I could just find that one person that has a little bit of extra time to sit down and kind of put some of my thoughts into what they can build and work on it, there would be so many more experiments coming up. So many more experiments.
And we'll get there.
Yep.
Big time.
We'll get there. I know John with Squatch GQ magazine, he's been real busy lately. He just had a whole bunch of stuff canceled on him as well. He had some filming things that he was going to be doing that's canceled, I think, throughout the end of the year for him.
Wow.
and that kind of stuff. But he's doing great with Squatch GQ magazine and then G Hunter magazine as well. So if you can post your link in here, John, if you can, so that people can see it and click on it. I know Bodine's in a few with Squatch GQ. So we're happy to work with John and his magazines, and thankfully that he likes Bodine enough to keep including him in. So
he likes us enough to include us every once in a while.
right.
It's the rest of you he likes. You just got to tolerate my ass like everybody else. They love the other 5 of the group. They just got to tolerate me.
It's Bodine, man. It's Bodine.
Bodine. It's all about
Bodine's open the
Bodine.
door. Yep.
It's a package.
those,
Take the other 5. You got to take me too.
Some of those have been added on the website as well. I've been trying to work on that on the side too.
Yeah, I got some pictures for you. We got some. Actually, we did a photo shoot not too long ago for a magazine with Bodine. Jason's got some great pictures. And there's did you?
Okay.
Yep.
There's some other things that Bodine's coming out with. He was actually there's actually a video of him too that I haven't seen yet come out. Jason.
He just said he's in Squatch Digest for April as well. So thanks again, John. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
And if you guys haven't checked out Squatch GQ magazine and also G Hunter, you need to. It's absolutely, they're doing some great stuff over there. Get some great articles. And like I said, go check them out. They're on our Facebook pages. We'll put links all over the place. And what else we get going on with them? And what David Childers is on one of the issues of G Hunter, and he's going to be on. And he's supposed to be on the show with us real soon. I've known Dave for a while now. Me and Teresa have. So great guy.
Shatan Noir is writing articles for him. Again, highly respected, and does a bunch of stuff. So Jason and Jay showing up late. I was recovering, catching up on all the comments. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Hell yeah, we enjoy the hell out of it. Anybody wants to watch it, us too.
Right.
The only reason they come see us because those are the 3, and Dave when he's here.
They come see
That's
us.
right.
They don't know what's going to come out of y'all's mouth.
No, that's Tuesday
That's
nights
right.
at 9.
Oh,
And Adam, if you can, because Adam does podcasts and shows as well. If you can put your link in here as well. He does a lot of stuff too, and I know you guys all know Adam. So if you can put your stuff in here too, so that people know your link and can join your show as well.
I got to learn how to do that. I don't know if I can switch back and forth and go to Facebook. Yeah, I can. Check that out. Let's see if I can. You guys keep talking.
Look at you go.
Look at the brain on brand.
Wow.
Look at this.
You can type that.
Somebody just burped me again.
Yeah, that was Dave. He's having trouble with his technical difficulties. So
The
and it happens.
technical difficulties.
That's not bad when he's the tech guy, right?
I was just gonna say, this could pose to be an issue.
What
Let's see if I can do it.
let's talk about PO3. What's PO3 got going on? I know you guys had some stuff and had to cancel, but
Nothing.
what nothing?
Well, we had a fundraiser for the park house that was booked that we had to bump back to May the 1st. We have a fundraiser for the for Fort Malden booked for May the 30th, and we had a meet and greet booked that we had to kind of we've got to push that back as well. That was for May the 1st, but the meet and greet, we were going to do a presentation and then have a round table after that.
Nice.
Yeah, see if we can get a paranormal round table up this way, right? So I don't know. We'll see. We've got a lot in the works right now. Jax has been online doing social media madness, and I'm just, in all honesty, for the last couple weeks, I've just been along for the ride. I just told them, tell me what you need, and I'll be there. So I do the fundraising portion of it. I plan all the fundraisers. So yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it has been dragging lately, and it is what it is with the times. But I'm sure here probably middle of the year we'll get back to doing different stuff. Hopefully.
Right. Now, how about you guys? Have you been doing anything?
No,
No, we did.
Nothing either.
no, that's true.
Hindsight Paranormal is barely existing anymore. If it weren't for Teresa and I and Jason joining the team, we wouldn't have a team with that. So we're pretty much just LEP Productions anymore, and LEP Paranormal Mysteries. We're everybody else but ourselves nowadays.
But yourselves. Oh, okay.
I don't want to be me no more. Me gets me in trouble.
True.
I got some girls to put on your show, and they live in your state. They are corrections officers. Cool.
Yeah, we've
Have them contact Jay or I, and we'll do it for sure.
Teresa and I interviewed him with Sit, Chat, and Laugh, but I would definitely want to get him over here on LEP Productions thing with Paranormal Mysteries.
Yeah.
Or something like that, or Tina and Teresa could interview them on the TNT show on Tuesday nights.
They're really interesting.
They're great young ladies. They're doing some awesome stuff, and they are corrections officers and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, go sisters. Yeah, they're absolutely cool ladies. We've talked with them before and got to know them. I've got several of them on my personal Facebook page because once they go on our show, I stalk people.
I don't know how you have time to work the way you do, stalk everybody the way you do, and then read crap the way you do. I don't know where you find the time.
I'm ADHD
because
as hell.
I never see you do any of it.
I'm good.
He's a multitasker.
Right?
He doesn't sleep.
No.
Yeah, I do. I'm sleeping about 6 to 7 hours a night right now. I'm sleeping more right now than I have in my life.
Oh my God.
That's true. When we first got together, you were averaging
3, 4.
3 to 4 hours a night.
There's times I go 3 and 4 days without sleeping because I just wasn't tired.
Oh my God.
I was working 12 hours a day for 7 days a week and wouldn't sleep for 3 or 4 days because I just wasn't tired.
That's what I had the last couple of weeks. I've gotten a couple of good nights sleep, but I'm 4.5, 5 hours. That's about it.
Well, see how you guys survive on that.
Nope.
I have to have at least 7 or I'm not fit to talk to.
Tanya's the same way, but with coffee. She doesn't have her coffee. No, stay away.
Yeah, don't look at me unless I have coffee.
Yeah, John, I reached out to you. Hopefully, once you get settled in, we'll have you on the show for sure. Love to pick your brain a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And Luke's talking about, there's definitely better ways to social network in some place where you can get all these things together. We're working on it.
Yeah.
LEP Productions is working on several different things.
Trying.
Hey, Cameron Scott, what's happening?
I'd like to be. Hell yes, you got an open invite, Cameron. Just let me know, bro.
Pick a Sunday.
Come on in.
Should we put him on a Sunday or should we put him on a Tuesday night?
Tuesday night. Sorry.
Yeah, Cameron would fit right in on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Brian's like, I don't know if I want to be on Tuesday night or not. You guys are idiots. Wow, Brian.
Cameron, I just filmed. He's the writer and producer for Death Care, and we just I filmed my stuff with him last month, and now because of everything, they've had to put production on hold, which is kind of sucks. because it's going to be a good film. But he just announced all that yesterday or 2 days ago that they had to put all their production on hold. So it's affecting a lot of people.
Yeah, it
This is
is.
affecting everybody.
Yeah.
And by the way, so you guys know that we are using StreamYard for the first time with through LAP Productions. And we are live not only on our YouTube channel, but we're also having LAP Productions Twitch channel. We're live on there also. We're doing 2 channels at once. Scary.
2 channels at once. Look at Jay go.
Hey.
That's why I pay him the big bucks.
I always wanted to get a threesome.
Tuesday night show, Jay, not Sunday, not Sunday afternoon. Not Sunday afternoon. This is
Any
family.
day
This is family show.
Any day I can
We-
get. No, I put on every one of our things adult oriented.
Right?
We've been so good today. We've kept our language clean.
Mhm.
We've been so good.
Then comes the dummy.
That's an hour in, Jay. You did so well.
Yeah. Jay gets a treat. Yay.
Yay.
Teresa.
I mean, you looked over, so you said it all.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Cameron, Stirring the Pot on Tuesdays is an all-adult show where we talk about anything and everything. And it's no holds barred. So
And the last 2 weeks have been a lot about the current situations of our society.
right.
And it's been pretty much no holds barred.
So yeah, if you want to join us, come on in.
We got spots for guests now, and we got a couple other people we want to bring in. They want to bring one of my childhood friends in, but I don't think I'm going to allow that to happen.
That'll be a roast for Jay.
Yeah. He's got stories.
Yeah.
He's got bad stories.
I'll work on setting that up.
I run the production thing right here.
It's gonna be all worth it because did you see Teresa's face when she said stamper? Then her eyes got real big and went.
Yep.
So many stories.
No, he's old now, and he was sick for a while, and he got a real bad infection in his blood and stuff, and he almost died from it, but it's kind of slowed down his short-term memory and stuff like that. So
That's okay.
being old,
stuff that you have is long-term memory.
being old, he's probably forgot all that.
Short-term,
Yeah, no.
it's long.
If it's stuff that you've done and he's done together, that you can't
Yeah.
get rid of that.
But the thing about it is, I want to bring him on. It's just we're going to eat some nasty stuff because everything we said we won't eat, he says he will, and he probably will. There's some things I can tell you about that guy that I'm.
What did he eat when we were crackers and
Yeah,
sardines
they know about
and
that one.
Limburger cheese?
Yeah.
Oh no.
His mom would only let him eat them, and when the weather was
outside.
warm, and made him eat them outside. He would put sardines and Limburger cheese together on Ritz
mustard,
crackers. And
My dad
Oh.
would eat it. Mm-mm. Sardines, nope. Mm-mm. I'll eat the crackers and the Limburger cheese, no problem. Sardines, look.
I've never had Limburger cheese. I don't like it. Is anything like Famunda cheese?
A lot like it. A lot like Famunda cheese. Still with us, Brian?
Yeah. Sorry, Brian.
Wow.
There was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
Well, you
Tuesday
passed around about-
conversation.
that's right.
Not Sunday. Good
Well,
Lord.
with that being said, this has been another LEP Productions. No, but we can do a lot of stuff over here. It's a lot better being over here. We can have more people on. We can do a lot more things over here. So I think this is where we're going to be for a while. Not on Facebook.
Nah, you won't find us on Facebook too often. We may every once in a while do a simulcast over there, but we will be more apt to find us on our LAP Productions YouTube channel and also on our Twitch channel. Today's our first broadcast on the Twitch. I just started to count up today. I just crash course in that real quick. Let's see if I can't screw this up.
Look, it works.
Yeah, but I got to find a way to share it so we can invite people in so people know where we're at. We're trying to build this audience.
Mama D said she shared it on Facebook.
She shared, yeah, that we was on today on Facebook, I think. But I didn't know that I could. I started another tab, and that's why I went over and got the links to Facebook. But it didn't show us links that you could click on in the chat. So I don't know how it showed up on the actual LAP Productions Twitch channel and YouTube channel that they could click on the links for G Hunter magazine and also for Squatch GQ magazines. but I did put the links in there. So, and also I was trying to find Adam so I can put them in there also, because that's part of what we like to do. We don't only here to have some fun and communicate with each other and share what we got going on, but we also want to promote what we can and help other people. It's not about us. It's about building this all together. We're all working on the same thing. And it's the easiest way to build it together is to work it together. So we try to help out in any way we can. And we just ask that you do the same. If not, we'll still help you.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
we've had tons of people.
That's the thing. That's the thing with us is we'll help you 100%. We'll back you 100%. We'll do whatever, because that's what we do.
That's who we are.
Absolutely.
Right.
We can see all the that's who we are. Brian just going, yep. Shut up, Jay. I would have talked. All right, man. I'm gonna go find your stuff on Facebook. Yep, Black Swamp Media and Black. Yeah, there is. Go see if I don't know if the links are being links though. Once you get over to the pages, I don't know how they're transferring over there. I know they're shown here on StreamYard that I can't. I'm gonna
But
go
you
to.
can't do it because
What I just said. But I'm trying.
no, but you can't. If you click on them, then that puts them in the comment thing.
Mandy from Ghost Sisters. They're wonderful. I
They
can't
are.
wait. They're wonderful ladies. We talked with they had the whole team in there when we talked with them. We
Yeah.
actually had on sit, chat, and laugh the lynches when we were doing it, but we're not doing that right now. What? We may not ever do it again. I don't know yet.
No, I'm laughing because I'm probably going to have to leave. The kids are getting restless. So
Well, we've been
The
actually
babies
over an
are
hour
getting
now
restless.
anyway, so it may be our first broadcast here on Sunday afternoon. Might be time to wrap it up anyway.
Yeah.
We will be back. Tina, you and Tricia got to decide whether how you're going to do your shows, but I imagine you're going to keep using the StreamYard here. So
Yeah.
yes, I think we're going to start using StreamYard. So
So we might do it on one of our Facebook pages and then the YouTube.
LEP Productions YouTube.
Yeah.
So there you go. TNT show Tuesday. What time?
8 o'clock,
There you go. 8 o'clock.
Just before the real show.
just before the man show.
Oh,
I didn't say that. That's not. I didn't say that.
I'm hoping she'll hit on me because I am married, you know.
Yeah. So from 8 to 9, you get TNT show, and then from 9 to God knows whenever you get Stirring the Pot.
right.
With that said, though, we're going to wrap it up today. Do appreciate you guys coming here and joining us. Please share. Please let everybody know what's going on. We would definitely want to build this. We want to build a bigger network for everybody to have something where we can show things, help promote things, and help in general. So, Brian, thank you for taking some time today. Tell Heather we said hi and we miss her.
Copy that.
Because we do. I miss
It
all
was
you
so
guys.
good to see everybody, though.
I want to cook out
It
again.
really was.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
As
need
soon
to-
as it gets nice.
We need one of those again. Full show.
yeah, so
Yeah, that was a great night.
with all this Corona stuff, we'll have a cookout and some beers. Alcohol kills the coronavirus, so
But are
we should be
drinking
safe.
Corona beer?
We'll be fine.
I am not drinking Corona beer.
I haven't had a beer in a month.
Well, I've got 6. Oh, we might do a live today and do a beer tasting. I got some 6 nasty beers, and one's even called a milk stout.
There you go.
Well, milk stouts are okay.
Yeah, that's the Canadian who brought that shit beer down here.
Nasty neighbor. No, yeah, nasty.
Naughty neighbor.
Naughty neighbor and juicy ass.
Naughty neighbor. That's delicious.
Can
Tuesday.
I be your neighbor?
Tuesday.
Hey.
Tuesday.
Right?
With that said, I'm going to go. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Bye,
Thanks for
everybody.
joining us, everybody. See you.
Fan
Oh, hell, they all hang up.